considered a deadbeat?
Well, she not a parent though. What the hell is that?
She is a parent.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, she's a parent, but she's not the parent of the child. And it's not her job to.
If she's getting custody.
What if she took ownership?
Yeah.
I mean, well, if she took ownership, then yeah.
And then all of a sudden she just ain't.
Yeah. Oh, we got 2 people watching. What's
Hey,
up?
y'all.
Everybody watching?
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
I'm fighting my allergies. So.
Yes, the queen is not feeling very queenly.
Yeah. Cooties.
Yes, don't cootify us. It's
She got
okay though.
allergies. I'm messing with her.
Yeah,
She
I
can't
know that
cootify.
feels.
The cooties.
Alright, we finna get started, y'all. Hold on, let's get the what? The music.
Mr. Charles.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Mr. Charles.
Charlie, what up, Charlie?
Charlie.
He just hit me up too. One minute. Give me 1 minute.
One minute.
1 minute. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Big brother Ron, Brad, brother Rashid. Push. Alright. Hey, welcome to this About Time show. I am your co-host, Chuck Beard, aka 46, aka the Anti-Thug. And I have the lady of Lyft, the queen of Uber, the queen of Rome, and the queen in general, Miss Nicole with us now. I mean, you know, that was your first title. That was the original.
Wow. You gonna make somebody tell a story. Y'all don't want to hear this story.
Hey, well look, we're glad that y'all tuned in with us. Thank you for being here with us this evening. We thank you for tuning in. Also, we got the noble himself, the Candyman, aka Anton Birch.
Party people. What it is.
The father of RGB, if you will. Normally, I start off by doing the what the fuck, Chuck, but before we do the what the fuck, Chuck, this evening, I gotta hold up. Let me pause the music, because I gotta give a very important shout out, because one of our faithful listeners, one of my best friends, one of my oldest friends, is celebrating a birthday today.
Oh.
Brian Angels, aka Cold Seavers.
Cold Seavers.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, homie. Yes. He 40 years old this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's somebody's granddaddy.
Yeah. Well, he ain't got no kids yet. Hopefully he'll be somebody's daddy one of these days.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, we just want to shout out happy birthday, Cold Seavers. Sorry I missed your call earlier. Man. What up, Shannon Logan? What's up, Pee Wee? What's up, David Keith?
Shannon.
What's up,
Pee-wee.
Tremassa? Yeah.
Tremassa, hey.
That's William McGee.
Double.
Ramon. That's my Puerto Rican brother. Yet Crowder, Puerto Rican. Puerto Riqueño. He's Puerto Riqueño. Yeah. Ramon. That's his name. Ramon. Yeah, he and I both were stamped honky at a honky tonk bar in Nashville.
Oh, right.
So yeah, we got the honky stamps on our.
What? So you was a honky for a night?
I was a honky for a night. I was an honorary white boy, and I loved every minute of it.
Damn.
Yeah, I got the chance to go woo.
And you enjoyed every bit of it too. He enjoyed every bit of it.
Can you
Ready
tell?
to get him some boots and motherfucker. Show us some red
The
man.
boots with the spurs on them.
Yeah.
too.
Show us some red
chink,
man.
chink, chink.
It'll be
Yep.
good.
I had some chaps and a vest on.
I ain't fooling with you.
Not finna get in now.
Y'all don't forget to like and share. We
Yeah,
love
please
y'all.
like
and share
Thank you,
the video.
Thank you.
All I got is water. I want y'all to know that ahead of time.
I think that's what's wrong with me, with my allergies, because y'all notice the last few shows I've been doing with wine. I ain't got no wine. I got some in there, but it's not enough, and I'm mad.
Okay, so now if you never watched the show, I do a segment called "What the Fuck, Chuck?" Right, where I find crazy stuff that makes you say, "What the fuck?" So this story comes from Germany, and
I'm already crazy over there.
I'm gonna read the headline. Man reportedly gets penis stuck in barbell weight. Firefighters use saw to get it out.
So you was in there lifting weights.
And they got horny.
Why you was lifting weights?
He was looking at one of the points where we was like, yo,
So he was getting pumped up, lifting weights. And he said,
pump
okay.
you up too, little buddy.
Yeah, so you don't like the hold us in the, like, you know, you got the weight and the hold us in the
You
middle.
ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do the illustration. Yeah.
Evidently, he wanted to see if it would fit in the hole, and he tried it, and he got stuck.
He put the lube on that somewhere.
Man, but no, look, it said it took 3 hours of work with a cutting grinder, a vibrating saw, a hydraulic rescue device
passed out when they started.
to get the man's penis out the barbell.
Oh, I would have passed out before they even turned the shit on.
No. Okay, in the future, this is because I need it. I need for you, every time you find a story, we need a source, and we need to know who page it was on, because it was probably on Facebook.
This page came off of News Channel 9 here in Chattanooga.
What?
Yes,
That's worthy news.
But
yeah,
I
it's
didn't
not
read
worthy
it.
news.
I mean, look, they put it up on their Facebook page. It popped up on my feed.
They want you to know about it.
Yeah, so, I mean, it took 3 hours for dude to get his yang cut out.
Yeah,
You losing viewers on that one. You are losing viewers on that one. I'm gonna need you to not do that. We had 12 viewers, now we down to 8.
That nigga talking about that bullshit. Nigga.
The fire department called it a curious training accident.
I'm gonna call it.
No,
You need to move
you
on.
stupid. Yeah, no.
Is that worse than the chick having the fidget spinner stuck up?
Oh man, that's way worse. Cause you talking about saws.
Cause she had to get hers. She got to get her stuff surgically cut open to get the fidget spinner taken out.
Maybe they need to hook up.
She at the hospital. They can sedate her ass. They can't really sedate his motherfucking ass if he does. They taking out saws and shit.
Okay.
Man, yeah, that's gonna be a headache.
Because I got a whole bunch of questions. Did you
Go
call
ahead and ask the
911?
Who called 911?
And then, did you take yourself to the hospital?
I don't even want to think about this.
No, the firefighters came.
Okay.
The firefighters had to come cut it out.
I don't even want to know what pound weight it was.
That was a 2.5 kilograms.
When you
That's
call
what it
these
was.
people,
How many
when you
pounds
call
is that?
911, do they have the 911 call? That would be funny right there. Yeah.
Man,
I gotta find out how much the weight that is.
I really don't know.
Kilograms.
I really don't. Yeah, I don't know how much weight that is. But okay, we're going to move on to some current events here. Because this is one of the most shocking stories that I saw all week. And it really pissed me off.
He had a 5-pound weight on.
You want to see how many pounds it was?
This dude had a 5-pound weight on his penis, man.
5
5 pounds. All right.
Yes, I had to find out, man. 2.5 kilograms ain't telling me nothing.
I ain't know. I purposely didn't look it up. I read the thing and I read the article. That was enough for me. All right. So one of the current events that I read, the founder or one of the founders of Home Depot, because Arthur Blank is no longer, I guess, active in Home Depot because he's pretty much managing the Falcons for the most part, or owning the Falcons for the most part. Bernie Marcus is the guy's name, right? This dude agreed to become, or to have Home Depot become the official sponsor for Trump's Mexico-America wall.
He's trying to make America great.
But yeah, he been saying that.
The founder of Home Depot? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. Like, I just saw this story pop up, and it completely rubbed me the wrong way. So
they're really following through with this so-called wall.
Oh yeah, your boy,
trying
man.
to.
If you ain't been listening to all the stuff over the weekend, the dude is really trying to turn into a dictator.
Yeah, he is turning into a dictator.
Well,
he's just trying to make us.
Anyway, he's trying to make people fall in between the company lines, and that shit ain't going.
Yeah, it's not happening the way that he really wants it to happen. But like, I was appalled just because. Think about.
Which really wouldn't make him a true dictator at heart, because if he was, then we would.
Well, he's trying to be.
He's a clown, though, and we see that already.
Well, it's not just that he's a clown. It's the fact that we got 3 different branches of government, and he's only in control of one of them, although he tries to control the other 2. So he doesn't, and they're thank God, they're limiting his jurisdiction and what their governing power is. Like, they're saying, no, we're not going to allow you to intimidate us. Especially like with the healthcare thing that came out this week. Man, they trying to push.
Still said no on them.
Because it was worse than the one that they came up with before. Like, Jimmy Kimmel went to war with one of the senators, talking about how bad it was.
He promised them.
Oh yeah, about the pre-existing conditions.
Yeah. So, but it's getting bad with that. With McCain's, his main thing is, let's be bipartisan. Let's do this the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Send a bill. We look at it. We ratify it. We take it back for editing. The right way, not just trying to force something.
Yeah.
And I applaud it.
Yeah, but you know what? On the low, what's gaining a lot of ground and a lot of traction is the single payer system, i.e., everybody being covered under Medicare. That has been gaining a ton of traction over the last month or so. Because like if you was Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, and it's about 25 to 30 other senators that have signed on saying that they would vote for the single payer system, or that they're in favor of the single payer system. So hopefully, y'all cross your fingers, we may get universal health care that's truly universal, and it doesn't just put a bunch of money into the pockets of a bunch of already rich people. Okay, so next story I got. Trying to think of how to do this. Alright. Have y'all been watching what's been going on in St. Louis?
No, I've been following it, but I haven't been watching.
Okay, so there was a cop in St. Louis that shot a black man, right? Before he shot him, he said, "Oh, look like I'm finna have to shoot this nigga." Right? Before he shot him, like he didn't even have any engagement with the dude at all yet.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so anyway, the cop goes ahead, kills the dude, right? The court case comes up, they go through all the motions, all that. Now the cop got off. Of course, he got off. You know, you kill black people as a police officer, it's no recourse for you, right? So anyway, the cop gets off, so St. Louis starts to protest, right? Which St. Louis, Ferguson, they all right there together. So the people start to protest. So what's been happening over the course of the last week, maybe two, is pretty much been martial law. Like the police and the protesters have been in a standoff in the middle of the streets. And the police have blocked off certain streets, like with riot gear and tanks and all that stuff, automatic weapons, saying that you all can't come past this point. You can't come down this street. You can't march here. You can't voice your opinion here.
So I'm assuming that this cop said this, that he had a partner or somebody with him.
He was on film. It was either his body cam or it was the film from the car. Cause like I can't watch people get killed. I'm sorry. Like I don't like to see those videos. Like I clicked on it.
What was the guy doing? What was?
The dude he was coming to get.
The guy he killed.
I'm not exactly sure of that either. Like from what I understand, the dude was in the wrong and should have been punished. However, he didn't deserve to be punished by death.
Not by
he
death.
should have gotten a trial in front of his quote unquote peers. But instead of getting that, the cop said, "I'm just gonna kill him." That's what he does. Gets off for it.
I mean,
There's no surprise in that. You know, I mean, I wish I could say I was surprised when cops kill people, black people now, but I'm not. Like another video came out of a dude that's I think it's Fort Lauderdale or. No, it's not. I think it's somewhere in Louisiana.
What we need to understand is it's been going on since before we was born.
Yeah.
The only difference is it's being
videotaped now.
Televised. You know what I'm saying? And we keep being shocked by what's going on, but it's been going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think it's so much now that people are shocked. People are, because they see
they are aware.
They're aware and they're being called to action, which I applaud the call to action. You know, I'm 100% for the call to action because that's the only thing that's going to change things. And you can't continue to have a standoff between cops and protesters in the middle of the street. That's eventually either going to lead to revolution, civil war, or it's going to lead to a change in the law. Because, I mean, and most of the protesters didn't happen to be black, which caught me by surprise.
I've been surprised by that too, though. I will say that by the majority of the white, not just the St. Louis thing, but a lot of the protests that's been going on. You see, you know, I don't know if that's just the media wanting to portray it to be that way. Or if that's what it is, but that's what I see.
The reality is, as much as people say they don't like white people and all that, there are some of those that understand.
Yeah.
There are those that understand, so I'm not really shocked in this day and time because we've come far, but we haven't come far.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really that shocking.
Yeah.
I just applaud. You know, because people
Somebody
are tired
said
of all
that
this bull.
The term "give an inch, they take a mile." They said the white people are tired of giving their inches because for so long, you know, after the slavery stuff supposedly was in violation in the laws and certain, so they had to abide by certain laws at that point. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the same time, they were still maintaining a slavery mentality. You know what I'm saying? So they had to give an inch. And of course, when you give an inch, human nature, you gon' take a mile. You know what I'm saying? So Willie Lynch letter, you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff come into play. So yeah, somebody made that comment. You know, they tired of giving their inches. You know, they seeing that they finna lose their power again.
Who,
like
talking about the Caucasian?
Yeah.
A select few. I ain't gonna say all of them.
Like,
I'm not gonna say a select few,
but okay,
it's those of
like
them.
what really I think is happening is the fact that it's starting to cross racial lines in terms of cop harassment also. Because Caucasians are now speaking up about them being pulled over. They're scared also to be pulled over. Like the lady in Georgia that got pulled over, just bust out crying. What's the lady that got shot up in Milwaukee? Was it Milwaukee?
The nurse.
Yeah, Minneapolis. One of the Milwaukee, Minneapolis. I'm sorry which one. I don't know which one. But the lady that got shot up there. So Caucasians are starting to have the same fear that black people are having. And since we the test dummies, they like, okay, we're not going to allow the test to continue and carry over to our neighborhoods. Right. I mean, because it's really a class thing.
Therefore, the awareness.
Yeah, like it's really a class thing because the police aren't there to protect and serve people like us. The police are there to protect and serve the status quo, which is maintaining everything the way that it is, and rich people. If you think about it, like in Standing Rock, where they had the pipeline, they building the pipeline, the police were protecting the corporations. They weren't protecting the people that actually had the land legally. They were trying to get the people that legally had the land off the land through illegal means. So they protecting rich people and they protecting the status quo. That's it.
Yeah. William, is that Pee Wee?
That's Pee Wee.
Hey Pee Wee, thank you for your comment. He said in order to truly be impactful at the federal level, you need multiple ethnicities. It validates the argument, fight the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. No, yeah. I agree. I mean,
agree with that.
Because I don't think there's been any advancement in this country without the advancement of all people. I mean, it's hard to point to any advancement without all people advancing at the same time in some certain way. Alright, so the next thing that I had, there was an article that came out. Very smart black men has a web page, and the title of the article is "Straight Black Men Are the White People of Black People." Had y'all seen that?
Hold up, say that again.
I don't want to see it.
Straight black men are the white people of black people. And what it describes in the article, you have to read it and you have to draw your own conclusions. It talks about the black man being the reason why the black woman is, I don't want to say oppressed, but the reason why the black woman is hurting the way that she is, the reason why the black woman is, I guess for lack of a word, bitter or angry or all of those things, right? Because black men have, throughout the years, perpetuated violence onto our women. Yeah, and it was written by Damon Young, a black dude, right? And I've read some of the comments about it. However, in this case, Damon Young, I think you got it way wrong, homie. Because number one, to me, what you're doing, what you're writing, is only serving to put more division between black men and black women. Because now we pointing the fingers at each other as opposed to fighting a common enemy.
Explain the title of this article, like.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
I'm gonna read the first two paragraphs. It feels counterintuitive to suggest that straight black men as a whole possess any sort of privilege, particularly the type of privilege created for and protected by whiteness. In America, we are near or at the bottom of every relevant metric determining quality of life. Our arrest and incarceration rates, our likelihood of dying a violent death, our likelihood of graduating high school and attending college, our employment rates, our average net worth, our likelihood of surviving past 70. I can continue, but the point is clear. But assessing our privilege or lack thereof on these facts considers only our relationship to whiteness and with America. Interracially, as in within our own race, however, our relationship to and with black women is not unlike whiteness's relationship to us. In fact, it's eerily similar. We're the ones for whom the first black president created an entire initiative to assist and uplift. Talking about black men. We're the ones whose beatings and deaths at the hands of police galvanize the community in a way that the beatings and sexual assaults and deaths that those police inflict upon black women do not. We're the ones whose mistreatment inspired NFL boycott, a boycott of the NFL despite the NFL's long history of mishandling and outright ignoring far worse crimes against black women. We are the ones who get the biggest seat at the table and the biggest piece of chicken at the table despite making the smallest contribution to the meal. And okay, when you read it, it's very intelligently written. However, when you pick it apart,
it's a pro-dude movement, ain't it?
No, he's talking about that we receive privilege because we are male versus African American women or women that are African American in the diaspora.
I need to sit down and read.
And I'm sorry to spring this on y'all, but I read it and I was like, this is awful because okay. Let's go. I'm gonna go by this sentence. We're the ones whose beatings and deaths at the hand of the police galvanize the community in a way that the beatings and the sexual assaults and deaths that those same police inflict upon black women do not. Wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Because we as black men face a higher crime rate among the police than what black women do, right? So we're beaten, killed, all of that stuff at a much higher rate than black women are. Man. But you got to think about Sandra Bland.
It's still being done to women.
Rakia Boyd. What was the lady who was raped? I can't think of her name, and I'm sorry. I apologize to the sister. The one that was raped on. All of that stuff got national coverage. But the thing is, they're saying in the article that it happens to us, so we're only concentrating on us. Or the NFL boycott, which they're two separate. The NFL boycott versus the people in the NFL that beat their wives, right?
I mean, I kind of get what he's saying, though, because it is a man's world, no matter what color you are. It is. It just is what it is.
I need to read everything.
It's a man's world. Now, women have came a long way. We are conquering. We're making more money than most men nowadays, but we're still fighting the same fight, and at the end of the day,
so
the man.
But if you want to put it on how
acknowledged,
the man, right?
Yeah.
But most of us are being filtered into the jail system. So
now the black men are still being treated crazy. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when you want to put gender in there, no matter what color, it is still a man's world.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. However, I don't totally agree with you because the unemployment rate, black men versus black women, is two totally different things. Like, black women are unemployed at 25-30%. Black men are unemployed at 50 to 55%. Right? So we don't get the same jobs. Black women are higher educated, which is not the fault of the black man.
I'm not disagreeing at all.
Can I say that's a product of us not doing what we need to do?
Partially, but the education system favors the women if you look at it, because telling a young man, like, you have to look at Dr. Umar Johnson's video, but telling a young man to sit down for 8 hours a day is hard.
No, whereas if he has a structure at home,
I mean,
and that's the other thing lacking is a strong black male at home,
right?
Along or involved. I can't say at home, involved.
Mm-hmm.
And the young black male's like,
I mean, it's a deep rabbit hole.
That's why I said I have to read it.
Yeah, I would like to read it too, but I kind of agree with him what he's saying.
Yeah, I can't agree
off
with
that little,
because
off that little tidbit I got, that ain't telling me. It's giving me. I understand.
I can't.
The rest of it.
I can't agree with him, and I'm gonna say because we as a black people are not in control of our environments, of our neighborhoods, basically, we're not in control of a lot of things, and number one, the article is divisive. I already said that. But in the midst of him putting all this divisiveness out, it's just, to me, like, it's splitting hairs. Because as a whole, we're doing bad. You know what I mean? Like,
we are.
On the whole, we're doing bad. But to say black men are the cause of black women's problems, I don't think that it's a systematic cause to all the issues that we have. So, like, if you have people that live in abject poverty, or people that were slaves for 400 years, people that were Jim Crow oppressed for 100 years, and then people that live in abject poverty for another 50 years, who's really to blame for that?
The system.
I mean, I hate to blame stuff on the system. That's such a lame excuse. But
who else you gonna blame it on?
Yeah. I mean, what else is it? I mean, it's definitely not our fault that we don't have jobs. They blew up Black Wall Street, so we can't really build our own. But I'm putting the article on the It's About Time show page right now. So if anybody wants to read it, go to the It's About Time show page. Put your comments out here. I'd love to hear what y'all got to say about it. I want to hear what this one got. We might come back to this next week because we might have a heated discussion.
I need to look at that some more, man. That's a unique perspective.
What the dude has?
Yeah, I need to break that down. So.
Yeah. All right. So next thing that I gotta talk about is Mexico has had their second earthquake in 2 weeks. It was an 8.1 the first time and a 7.8 the second time. Really high on the Richter scale.
Really did.
Yeah.
It really did damage.
Yeah, I mean, because the first one came through and weakened everything, and the second one came through and just knocked everything down. And I mean, they weren't prepared for it. And then on top of that, our president, aka 45, and his numbskull ass has said nothing, offered no help, even though Mexico has helped us with every hurricane relief effort that we needed.
They offered their help with the one in Houston.
Yeah, they did help with the one in Houston, but once the hurricane hit and he didn't say anything, they withdrew all their troops. Sent them all right back to Mexico. Oh, we gonna get it. Look, alright, so before we get into the bullshit, because it's going to be a lot more 45 coming up. But I want to hear who Anton got for the nigga of the week this week.
In light of 45, I have to give big kudos to the commissioner of the NFL and a few owners, with the exception of my owner of the Dallas Cowboys, that came out and stood up to 45 in his rhetoric. I was thoroughly shocked, especially when Robert Kraft, one of his staunchest supporters, came out and eviscerated him.
Yeah.
You know, hats off, man. Just when I think it couldn't get any worse, man, with this dude, man.
Man,
I think this little twist is just so interesting.
What you mean? Explain that.
Because all of the people that was pointing fingers at Kaepernick, or the people that were saying that Kaepernick should be in there, you know, was that no, he should be supporting our troops. He should be, showing patriotism.
If people
and he should be
watched
now, though, some of those same people are saying, "Wait a minute."
I think
My reaction was how today was going to be with the games played, and if you watch and they pan around to different games, the Steelers did not come out of the locker room.
Yep.
The Titans and the Seahawks did not come out of the locker room.
Well, let's talk about that.
Some knelt, some locked arms.
How long has it been? 10 years ago? Was it 10 years ago they didn't never come out of the
locker room? The military got them to come out.
It was like 2002.
And the military paid the government
a certain
amount of money for the players to start coming out to show patriotism.
Yeah, in light of 9/11. Yeah,
to stage this, patriotism look.
Yeah,
and that's what I feel.
But a lot knelt
came
though.
from.
A lot knelt, but a lot of them had locked arms. Some teams all knelt. Coon Ray Lewis knelt with the Ravens.
All right, hold on. Before we get all off into the subject, I want
boys and men on bending knee.
I want to talk about where all this came from, right? Because this is a article.
But those
from
are my
the
niggas
Hill.
of the week.
Okay, but this is an article from the Hill. And the title of the article is Trump. NFL owners should fire players who kneel during national anthem. But I'm going to read what Trump said exactly when he was making this speech, right? He says, when people like yourselves turn on television and you see those people taking the knee when they are playing our great national anthem, the one thing you could do better is if you see it, even if it's one player leave the stadium, I guarantee things will stop. Luther and I and everyone in this arena tonight are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of this country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now. He's fired. Okay. That's what our number 45 president said, right? He called people kneeling in a silent protest sons of bitches. Meanwhile, you got a Nazi that runs over a woman in Charlottesville, Virginia, and they're very good people on both sides.
Yeah, that meme was hilarious.
Yeah.
I digress.
Man, he called for Jamel Hill to be fired because she called him a white supremacist.
Yeah.
It's like Neil before Zod. You Superman too.
But the same guy that does the football theme song, he's back on ESPN.
Hey, we.
Is that what his name is?
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah,
I do, yeah.
And he made some comments.
Again?
Yeah, he made some crazy comments, And so they were saying, he can say whatever he want to say. Why can't Jamel say what she want to say? So it's just, to me, this whole thing is just like, it's funny
to shut the fuck up.
But it's interesting to see different reactions from the same people that voted for this man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The same people that voted for this man.
Yep.
And it's gonna take football.
When he got other stuff he should be worrying the fuck about. And then wants to get on Steph Curry.
What did he say about Steph Curry?
Because Steph Curry said he didn't think he was going to vote no not
this
to
was
go.
what he said.
And then he went off and said, then he said, you're not invited. Matter of fact, y'all are not invited.
Man,
and Steph Curry said that cemented my stance on him.
The best part about that was what LeBron James said in response. LeBron James said, you a bum. He said the White House used to be a place that players wanted to go until you got there. Now nobody wants to go.
Bum.
Yeah. And one of the pictures here says Trump has attacked Colin Kaepernick and all the NFL players with more conviction than he has Nazis.
Meanwhile, his wife is doing a campaign about bullying.
He bullying everybody else. Man,
meanwhile, back at the White House.
Yeah.
I try not to even think about him, man. It's hard not to. God almighty. I can't believe we have somebody like this running our fucking country.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then I think the owners of it was 6 owners of NFL teams that gave $1 million to Trump's campaign.
Shad Khan, big shout out to Jaguars owners. He was locked arm in arm with his players.
Yep.
And he gave money.
Yep.
To Trump.
Yep. Look, I'm gonna read what some of the NFL owners said about what our president, aka 45 with his dumb ass, said. Alright. Hold on, let me see. Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, said, divisive comments like these demonstrate an unfortunate lack of respect for the NFL, our great game, and all of our players, and a failure to understand the overwhelming force for good our clubs and players represent in our communities. That's Roger Goodell. That's the commissioner of the NFL. The Green Bay Packers president said it's unfortunate that the president decided to use his immense platform to make divisive and offensive statements about our players and the NFL. We strongly believe that players are leaders in our communities and positive influences. They have achieved their positions through tremendous work and dedication and should be celebrated for their success and positive impact. We believe it is important to support any of our players who choose to peacefully express themselves with the hope of change for good. As Americans, we are fortunate to be able to speak openly and freely.
But my thing is, where was y'all at with this Kaepernick
But not
stuff?
only that, what slid under the radar, and that people are pointing out, he made fun of CTE. He made fun. He said they've gotten all week. They've taken the fun out.
CTE.
The traumatic with the testing them.
Oh, for the concussion.
Yes, and he went on to say about they're
Trump
taking the
said
fun.
that?
Yes. You read that whole speech, he talks about how they're taking the fun out there. Oh, they get hit. It's 15 yards for this little hit if they get too hard and stuff. That's what the decline. He went on. So that's why what the Packers president said, that made me think about that, because he actually said that. If you read his speech, he went on further into that on why the NFL is declining.
But why does it take 45 to say something stupid?
He shouldn't
like
have to
that
say that. Has nothing to do
for them to come out. Why didn't the commission come out for Kaepernick? What has the commissioner said about Kaepernick?
Look, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask this question because that you bring up the point that I want to know. How long is it gonna be before Kaepernick is back in the NFL?
That's what I said.
Be long now.
I mean, I think 45 took the gun and shot himself in the foot with this one. Because now I feel like Kaepernick is about to be back in the league.
If his agent ain't a good talker, he needs to find him a good one.
Man, what? Because look, like it's a list of other teams that made statements. I just read a couple of statements, like the Ravens, the Jaguars, the Vikings, the Pelicans, the Oakland Raiders. I guess they meant the New Orleans, the Saints. Okay, the Saints and the Pelicans made a joint statement. The Rams, the LA Rams, the Houston Texans, New England Patriots, who have been notably Trump supporters. Yes. Buffalo Bill, a whole bunch of people came out and made a whole bunch of owners.
Where's Jerry?
Came out and made statements.
So where was these people with Kaepernick though? This is so funny to me.
Because it took for him. It took for him to expound on the things that are still going on, because the players carried the legacy. But now you got this dude. Who are you to say and you trying to tarnish our brand? Because he's telling people don't look at it. He was still tweeting today. He was tweeting during the games. Why are you paying attention to this shit? You're like a little child.
Meanwhile, North Korea has made him look like a little child.
Yeah, the Rocket Man.
Yeah.
He better get his ass.
Yeah. And North Korea, what's his name? Kim Jong-un? Kim Jong-un
made
a statement.
He made a word, though.
No, he didn't make the word up.
It's
the word
an actual word, I know.
But he made everybody in America go to their dictionary and look up the word. I forgot what the word was. See?
Dapper.
Yeah.
A dotard.
Dotard. D-O-T-A-R-D.
Oh, okay.
That is an actual word.
Yeah, but no, hold on. While we on air, this is what Kim Jong-un said about our president.
And before you do that,
go ahead.
You know it's the first time he looked directly and he gave an actual live press conference.
Yep.
In front of cameras, live.
So he's preparing himself over there.
Look.
He said, look at me now.
Yeah, so wait till you hear what he said. And he was looking.
A dotard is a person in a state or period of senile decay marked by decline of mental poise and alertness.
Exactly.
So he called 45 a man that's senile and his mental health is.
And I said that I was thinking about that earlier today before you said what he said.
Go ahead.
Do they not do mental evaluations on these
They
presidents?
go through physicals and all that, but that man got money. They gonna like, we're glad you got in, Don.
Man, they don't care. The people voted for him. That's.
You think the people really voted for him?
And even Hillary came out and said it's worse than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Nobody expected this, man. Well, we got a real live idiot in the house, or in the White House right now.
What was coming.
Oh, it's already.
We trying to tell everybody.
You just gotta watch The Apprentice. If you watch The Apprentice, you know.
The dude ain't been making sense for a long time. I mean, and then on top of that, you got an arrogant asshole that never apologizes for anything.
Because he's had money all his life.
Yeah, a reality TV star, and then on top of that, he in cahoots with Russian mob bosses.
He'll get out.
Yeah, he trying to build him a city over there.
Man, make my face itch. Bullshit. Okay, so in the midst of all this protest, right, and all this stuff, or all the people that have spoken out, right, today on game day, I've been encouraged just by looking at the different people that have stood up and actually, made a statement. Like what you said, the Titans didn't come out and the Seahawks didn't come out, right?
The Steelers didn't come out.
But the lady at the Titans game that sung the national anthem.
It was a dude.
No, the dude was playing like a guitar.
Oh, no. It was the guy before that played in the early games. It was a black dude, and I think it was the Detroit-Atlanta game. Mm-hmm. And one of my brothers was telling me about it, that when he got to the land of the free and the home, he got on the knee and put his hand up. His hand in the home of the brave.
John Carlos, Tommy Smith, shout out to y'all.
In the middle of it.
But it was a white country singer that was on The Voice or something like that. She was singing in Nashville, did the same thing. She was getting done singing and took the knee.
Yeah. It's blowing up in your face, 45, man. You thinking, man, it's
30 more.
I can't believe I'm living in this world.
Yeah, it's like
if I'm in a bizarre
It's surreal.
world, man.
Like, I mean, you can't even believe that this is happening. This is our president, our quote unquote president. Like this.
And then he pissing Iran off.
I mean, he done pissed everybody off.
Yeah, but he's saying he's gonna scrap the nuclear arm deal that we had with Iran. Yeah, it was a bad business. It was a bad proposal from the get-go. And the dude talking junk, man, he said that, getting out of that is really going to be grave for the United States.
How is that going to be? That's what I don't understand. How is that going to be great? Like, I don't... Okay, hold up. Back to this. Bruce Maxwell. Y'all ever heard of Bruce Maxwell? Bruce Maxwell is the son of an Army vet, born on a military base, plays for the Oakland A's, took a knee today during the national anthem at a baseball game.
Okay.
Look, this is a Caucasian dude.
45.
Then hold up. In Seattle, Washington, an entire high school football team kneeled for the national, or knelt, however you, for the national anthem. Hold up. I think that's the last one I got.
You know what gets me too is that they want to dismiss the words.
Mm-hmm. They won't read that third verse, man.
It don't matter. It don't even matter. You can keep that third verse out. Still sing what we know, okay? Those words.
The third verse send it home, though.
It don't matter. The words, the home of the free, land of the brave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we are not living in a free America if you are running around here killing we're not talking about you stealing from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Which is just as bad, but you killing people out here
and getting away with it.
I'm with you on that, but that third verse, what I'm trying to say,
and justice for all and all this.
It further since that home, if you read
Look, I'm pulling the third verse up now. I'm pulling up.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. The third verse, that's not good either.
Yeah, but it
don't. But to me, it don't matter. You can still take that out and keep the words that we got right now. It still does not apply to America.
No, it doesn't. It never has. I mean, it's idealistic, just like the Constitution is idealistic. It applies
to a white America.
Look, I'm gonna read the third verse of the Star Spangled Banner so everybody can hear it, so everybody can know what's in it, so we can talk about it. Mm-hmm. It says, "And where is that band who so vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battles of confusion, a home and a country, should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps pollution." This is the controversial part. "No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave." But it's saying that if you are a hireling, i.e. an indentured servant, most of what the Caucasians were back then, or a slave, and you tried to fight for your own freedom, no refuge can save you from what this country is going to do to you. I mean, so in all honesty, this country is holding up this third stanza. Right. It's holding up this third verse very well.
Holding that bitch up.
Yeah,
bringing out his motherfucking underlings.
Yeah, he is. They're holding up this third verse very well. Because no refuge is going to save the hireling or the slave that chooses to take a stand against what they feel is proper. Meanwhile, look, this is some other shit that I saw today. Did y'all know that there's a code of ethics in terms of how you celebrate or you wear or use a flag? The United States flag?
Yeah.
Being military, yes.
Okay.
It's never supposed to touch the ground.
Yeah.
Well, no, hold on. It's not just never supposed to touch the ground. Look, I'm going to read these here. This dude, I put them up on the show's Facebook page. "The flag should never be carried flat or horizontally, but always aloft and free." Right? So when you see them stretch out the flag on the field, that's technically disrespecting the flag. The flag should never be used as wearing apparel, bedding, or drapery. So if you've seen somebody with some flag curtains, you've seen somebody with some flag sheets, you've seen somebody with a flag
polo, the wrap polo.
A lapel pin, hey, it sounds really familiar.
Yeah. The flag, this is the next one. "The flag should never be used for advertising purposes in any manner whatsoever."
That's all the time.
The 4th of July would be canceled. For real.
Not even that, man. I mean, a lot of the advertisers have the flag and stuff away with it. Man.
Yeah. Alright, the next one. "It should not be embroidered on such articles as cushions or handkerchiefs and the like." So you can't have a flag pillow. You can't have a flag bandana.
You can't have a flag bow tie.
Nope. The next one. "Or otherwise impressed on paper, napkins, or anything that is designed to be temporary use and discard."
Wow.
So paper cups, napkins, paper plates.
They doing that all 4th of July.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. "No part of the flag should ever be used as a costume or athletic uniform."
That's a lot. That gotta be freaky. I don't have nothing to say about it. But, like, there's all kind of disrespect to the flag according to the code.
I've been waiting on you to say you can't kneel.
No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that at all. That's one of the things that it does not say specifically.
So it don't say nothing about that. So all the other stuff we've been doing, that's okay.
I'm not disrespecting the flag if I'm ripping it off somebody. And doing some.
You disrespecting something else.
Yeah, I'm disrespecting something else. You shouldn't have that on. You alien.
But it's amazing how if the American flag has a code of ethics, And all of these things are listed in the code of ethics, except for not kneeling or sitting down. What? Y'all making up y'all rules as you go?
Basically, that's how it always works.
They're trying to tell you don't have the right, the freedom of speech.
But, how you gonna make up this rule, but all the other rules are broken? So you're just gonna take away that code of ethics altogether? Because everything you just said has been completely broken every day of the year.
Yeah.
Every single day of the year.
Every day.
I'm gonna send 45 video of me with a girl talking about, is this wrong? And the home of the brave. I'm just saying.
Look,
that is so funny. Like, are you serious? I wonder if he knows. If 45 knows the code.
I'm sure he doesn't. He don't even care. He a dictator, like what you said. He a dictator.
I think we should tell him. We should write him and tell him. He should know.
He probably done bang my money about you want to be American, love this flag, so he done disrespected the
I think that
probably.
we should write out the Pledge of Allegiance and then write out the national anthem, the whole thing, and then we should put the code of ethics for it. Is there a code of ethics for the national anthem?
I don't think so. Not that I've seen.
Because it's the flag. That's the song to the flag. So we really are trying to show patriotism to the flag. But still.
Yeah, like people saying they're disrespecting the flag.
They disrespect
these people disrespect the flag all day, every day. If
they burn them, they whatever in front of people there. They put them with a Nazi symbol just like a Charlottesville.
The polo shirts. Ralph Lauren polo shirts.
Yeah. If you got a USA hat with the flag embroidered on the hat anywhere at all.
So he wrong on that with his.
How many times you done went to the 4th of July party and they had the American flag?
They got the.
Oh, they make American flag cakes?
Yeah.
You eat American flags.
Disrespecting your flag like that.
Y'all wrong for that.
Jesus, why it's only flags.
Damn.
Can we move up from something? Because I'm finna go somewhere else. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's pretty much it because we've been on for about an hour now. So we're going to have to give our shout outs and get on up out y'all's way.
By the way, I encourage y'all to get your motherfucking American flag boxers or thongs for you men and get with your ladies. Y'all have on a Speedo or a damn bikini and just rip them off and sing the national anthem before y'all get down.
I'm singing the third verse. No refuge can save the hireling or the slave.
Well, that means you need to be with those races.
Yes, we gonna have the handcuffs. Get the handcuffs ready. Yeah.
You sing that to and the refuge and we be what he say? Yeah.
No. We turn the tables in this mother.
Yeah. This real life Mandingo 2018.
I can't.
Alright, so y'all already got any shout outs you want to do?
Shout out to the boys.
Alright, shout out boys.
This is in the pound.
Yeah. We saw it earlier.
Shout out to my dude, Where My Ball.
Where my ball? Where my ball? You know it.
Where My Ball?
Yeah, you missed him. He was asleep yesterday. He was not.
He was in the Capricorn there.
Yeah.
Like his daddy, man. That nigga
like
fuck y'all
Queen. You
niggas.
already know, I know.
Man.
He ready to go sleep.
Man.
He gave me steak face. I gave him steak face back.
That's all he gave me. He said, I brought out some food.
Now he's doing this expression because he's like, give me today. And I'm like, back to him, nigga.
Look, y'all gotta meet RGB. One day he gonna be on the show. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Hey, I have to tell you, he told my daddy when I walked in, he was making him eat. And he said, I don't care if you sit here all day, you don't eat this food, you gonna eat something. So he said, you gonna eat Ryan? Ryan said, oh, you gonna tell me no?
Man, that's funny.
Shout out to my dude, man. He's so much like terrible, man. That's just funny. They defied him and don't give a damn.
Hey.
Because he run right back in there with him after it's over. That shit funny. Hey, granddaddy favorite.
He loves just the same. Like didn't never happen.
He made me mad. Don't come back. That nigga talking shit.
I'm gonna give my shout out. I just gonna shout out B Angel, say happy birthday again, my
happy
dude.
Happy birthday, B.
Yeah, Cold Severs, aka.
Don't get nothing on you.
And I'm gonna close the show out. I brought this out because this was my granddaddy's hat, right? My granddaddy served in the Army in World War II. My granddaddy was a World War II veteran, and my granddaddy actually was in Germany. My granddaddy was driving trucks behind enemy lines in Germany, and he said he lost about 10 to 15 of his men that were in his company. He was a sergeant. Over the course of time they were in Germany, right? He said he saw some horrific things, and this was on the course of actually fighting Nazis, right? So with us looking at the protest that has been going on versus the protest that happened in Charlottesville, right? You have a group of people that are protesting mistreatment in a non-violent way versus a group of people that are protesting the fact that they feel like they've been mistreated because of their privilege. But they're using symbolism that we as a country, including my family, has all fought against. They're using symbolism that demeans and degrades all the veterans that have ever served in our armed forces in this country. So while we are watching all this stuff unfold, let's keep in mind who our real enemy is, or who our real enemies are, so that we don't get distracted, confused, misled, misappropriated, whatever, by the fact that, you know, we have a president that will condemn people who are standing up for their rights versus condemning people who we defeated in a war 50 years ago.
And people are saying that's what he doing all this to deflect.
Yeah.
Deflect.
I like, I don't know if y'all saw what Obama said. Y'all see his, he was somewhere, town hall meeting, whatever. And they asked him about the whole flag situation, Kaepernick, and you could see a big difference in the president that we had and the president that we had.
There's some little countries out there. I miss Obama, goddamn it.
Yeah.
I don't know what we did. I'm sorry.
Man, so that's gonna do it for us this week. We appreciate y'all watching. 3 people that's still on with us now. Mickey Money, what's up, homie? What's up, family? That being said, we out. Hey, y'all look for big things in the future too, because hopefully we gonna be doing some nationwide things.
Nationwide. Oh, I can't say
It's
that.
on your side.
But we appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you for hanging in. Thank the Queen for being here. Happy birthday, Brian Angel. The Queen ain't 100%, so you know we happy that she chose
She's
to.
60. Oh, she went to sleep on that.
Man.
Bye, y'all.
So, bye.
Man, it's hot.